But Ian, what I want to talk about here is we talked, you've been to Olympic trials, but now it's the actual Olympics going on in Paris. And I know that you've been locked in. You've been telling me all about kind of the history and the context of everything. So I wanted to deep dive into these Olympics and kind of how you've been enjoying it, what you've been paying attention to so far in Paris.
So I just got chills thinking about this, but the U.S., when it comes to swimming, has been extremely dominant. But our rival is always the Australians, right? But the Australians this year decided to talk a little bit more than they did in recent years because they do have a strong team. I will give them that.
Of course.
But Kate Campbell, one of the greatest swimmers, greatest sprinters from Australia, decided to post a video. It was a news interview of her saying, I just absolutely despise when the Americans win first place. You know how many times I just have to hear the Star Spangled Banner, and she's just like, and the U.S. has this infernal cowbell that rings. This is the one thing that I can quote like word for word is this infernal cowbell that rings, and they just chant USA, USA. So if you guys have any swim friends who've been posting on their stories about cowbells or like bringing on the cowbells, that's exactly where it comes from. It's this Australian swimmer complaining about, the U.S. being loud and boisterous and winning every single Olympic event in the past few years. But, they're tough this year. But Michael Phelps reacted to it, and he got really angry on
You can
TV.
tell there's steam coming out of his ears just watching that.
His giant ears and his haircut that just elevates those ears. But yeah, he reacted to it, and he's just like, I think that if personally I would watch that every single day just to give me that little like
a very emphasized
Yes. And so actually the Team USA swimming team, while they're training for the Olympics, they had to watch that video, that clip every single day.
So that actually ended up becoming part of the preparation.
Yes.
It wasn't just Phelps saying it.
And so one of the things that I've been watching vigorously is those U.S.-Australia rivals.
Oh, yeah.
Ariane Titmus and Katie Ledecky. You're going to see that a little bit more in the 800. We didn't see it a lot in the 400 free. Summer McIntosh sandwiched her way into there. And, Reagan Smith and Emma McEwen in the 100 back. That was an insane one to watch. Reagan Smith getting second as world record holder. And U.S. and Australia, obviously, in both the men's and women's free relays as well. So, I've been looking at that medal count a lot, and I've been seeing that it is way closer than it has been in recent years. And there hasn't been, a country that has gotten more gold medals than us in swimming in a very, very, very long time.
And that's something that I wanted to ask. And I feel like I know you and as a competitor, the answer to this, but I always see when it comes to the current medal count, the U.S. is on top in total medals. They got a whole lot of silver and bronze, but only a few golds. Meanwhile, a lot of other countries like France and I believe Australia are up there in the gold medal count. And excuse the potential bug here. I saw you swatting. And I saw them have a few more gold medals. So for you, when you look at that, do you value gold medals or total medals?
In this context, I value both,
Sure.
But more so the gold medals because that's the rub it in your face kind of thing that the U.S. wants over Australia. So what Kate Campbell was talking about when she was, by the way, she didn't even make the Olympics. I just wanted to put that out there.
Ouch.
But yeah, she just missed it. But when you're first place, your anthem gets played.
That's right.
Right. And so she was telling me, first day, nobody from the U.S. podiumed. You know how nice it was for us to not hear the Star Spangled Banner. So, just hearing that, I want to see way more gold medals. And right now it's projected that Australia is going to get, I think, about 2 or 3 more gold medals than us.
Yeah, I've seen on the NBC broadcast, they had the kind of like the mathematical model predicting
Mm-hmm.
that U.S. would have more total, but Australia would have more golds.
Mm-hmm.
First time that's been the case coming into an Olympics, because it's just been U.S. up on top and Australia slowly creeping. And I kind of draw a parallel between you guys as the Golden Grizzlies and IUPUI men's swim, coming really close to you guys in the Horizon League Championships.
Yeah.
So to kind of bring it to your experience, when you have a team kind of chasing you from behind, kind of give me a sense of that kind of extra urgency when you're at the Horizon League Championships and you're at the final 400 free relay. Kind of what is that feeling like, having someone chase you like that?
I will say it's definitely harder to be chased than it is to chase somebody else, because there's so much on your back. And I think Team USA has probably noticed that a lot too. And I do think that a lot of our swimmers have probably succumbed to a little bit of pressure. I think maybe in the 100 free we could have seen Jack Alexi and Chris Giuliano, get a little bit higher. Especially Jack Alexi was in that 100 meter freestyle was second coming in, and we got seventh and eighth. It is so hard to keep your cool and not succumb to pressure when you're the one that has that weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, the pressure's on you as the leader.
This is one of the things we always talked about in the Horizon League conference championships. Every single time we do, like, the guys would do like a pre meet speech, or even like a present meet speech where we just do it like, during the meet.
Yeah.
Always it said, you are standing on the shoulders of giants, and that weight is a lot. So
It's almost like the giant standing on you.
So it's harder. It's way harder to be Team USA and be the most dominant country in swimming for almost over a decade, and then have to finally be chased.
Right.
This is not something that the U.S. is normally used to. We're used to having people to race in certain events, right? But we're not used to somebody coming up close to us on the gold medal count or even the total medal count.
Yeah, and you could see that kind of intensity too.